Let me address a beef that needs picking. All my life I have struggled with people that made fun of my choices in music. They dissed metal and tried to belittle it in any way that they could. In the least, they would try to deny any seriousness that normal metal music should have, but usually they would try to dismiss it by talking out of their asses. Their arguments were dismissive, ignorant, and uninformed crap about the lyrics and the imagery and the guitars and the vocals and so on. Sometimes they would also, ignorant as they were of course, try to pin loud techno music drums to metal drummers, which makes zero sense if you ever listen to Iron Maiden, for example. Anyway, one of the conclusions that those ignorant people would make is that music that I like to listen to is inappropriate for kids. It's bad for teenagers. It promotes this and that. Basically, they said it was a bad influence. So heavy metal is bad for you compared to pop music and stuff that you hear on mainstream radio. Well, let me tell you something that popped up as I was reviewing an album by the pop rock band Maroon 5. At the point when I'm making this video, the song Don't Wanna Know, No, No, No by Maroon 5 has just under 500 million views on YouTube, so it's pretty popular. You've probably heard the song more than once. Your children, your grandchildren, your nephews, your neighbors' kids, your little girls and your brave and beautiful sons have danced to this song. You probably danced to this song. Well, let me tell you something about the lyrics. At one point in the song, a rapper steps up to the microphone and he says, "Did he do you like this? Did he woo you like this? Do he lay it down for you, touch your puna like this?" So that's the type of songs that you approve and you admire. That is what your 7-year-old girl is shaking her butt to, and you think that it's okay for her to listen to Kendrick Lamar. That same Kendrick Lamar, who is deemed the defining hip-hop artist of his generation, has made 4 studio albums. You approve of him, and why wouldn't you? Because after all, he is the defining artist of his generation, and he surely can't be a part of the problem. In one of his own songs that also has 500 million views on YouTube, he says, "Girl, can I buy your ass the world with my pay stub? Ooh, that pussy good, won't you sit it on my taste buds?" Taste buds. Bloods. So that is the kind of music that you approve of. That is what your kids are listening to. That is the music that they will grow up with. But even with all that said, you still claim that my music is a bad influence. You know what? Let me tell you something. When your kids grow up being unsure about life, vulnerable to any truth and common sense, when your son turns out to be a materialist devoid of any love in this universe, with no understanding about anything that has a heart, when your kid turns out to be that idiot who is into flashy cars, branded clothes, and stupid European wristwatches, talking underage girls into snorting cocaine off of his dashboard, remember me then. When your baby girl ends up full of Botox and can't make any facial expressions whatsoever, when her life of stripping online, abortions, and being an unsuccessful gold digger fails to provide any love or reason, and she finds herself miserable, remember me then. When her cervix received more hits than a punching bag at the local gym, remember me then. My music is not the problem. You are the problem. You are responsible. You are what's keeping humanity behind. You with your touch your punas and your taste buds, you are the problem. The defining hip-hop artist of his generation, he is the problem. I'm not the problem. Heavy metal is not the problem. You are the problem. Let me end this video with a quote from a man that I admire. He wrote, "They say that life's a carousel. Spinning fast, you gotta ride it well. The world is full of kings and queens who blind your eyes and steal your dreams. And they'll tell you black is really white. The moon is just the sun at night. And when you walk in golden halls, you get to keep the gold that falls. It's heaven and hell." This is one of the pinnacles of heavy metal, and the song was written by Ronnie James Dio, one of metal's greats, if not the greatest. This is a life lesson, my friend, not a bad influence. This, my friend, is not the problem. This is the solution. This guy, he is the solution. You are the problem.